Hello everyone. We have talked about or we have discussed rape in detail. It was a natural sexual offense. Another natural sexual offense is the incest. Incest is to have sexual intercourse with a person who is blood related. એટલે જે પણ માણસ સાથે બ્લડ રિલેશન હોય એની સાથે ફિઝિકલ રિલેશન્સ એસ્ટાબ્લિશ કરવા એને કહેવાય incest. Like if it is a male, then to have coitus with the mother or with the sister becomes incest. If it is a female, to have coitus with the brother, father, that is the incest. So in incest, usually you find relations between the father and daughter, between the brother and sister. Incest is not punishable in India. Now, when the person is a sane એટલે દયા માણસો, the people who understand what is wrong, what is good, what is right, whether he should go for it or not, he will not think about such relation, he or she, because they know that this is not right, it should not be done, so they even not will think about it. But the people who are mentally disturbed, who don't know what is good, what is bad, when they cannot resist their desire, when they cannot stop themselves from doing this relation, to establish such relation, they will go for this kind of relation. Incest will occur in the mentally abused person, in the mentally disturbed person. કારણ કે એમને ખબર નથી કે આવું કરાય કે ના કરાય. જે લોકોની મેન્ટલ સ્ટેબિલિટી છે એમને ખબર છે કે આ ખોટું છે, આવું થાય નહીં. પણ જેમને ખબર નથી, they will go for this kind of relation. Then sometimes the brother and sister get separated in the childhood, say out of natural calamity, earthquake થયો કે flood, પૂર આવ્યું, તો family છૂટું પડી ગયું, scattered. They grow separately, they don't know each other. ભાઈને ખબર નથી કે બહેન જીવે છે કે નહીં, બહેનને ખબર નથી કે ભાઈ મારો જીવે છે કે નહીં, એટલે બંને અલગ અલગ પ્લેસ પર પોતાની જાતે મોટા થાય, રાઈટ. Then they meet as strangers when they become adult and they go for this relation. એમને ખબર નથી કે ભાઈ બહેન છે, and they establish incest. So this is how you will come across incest. It is the natural sexual offense and is not the punishable crime, right? So we talked about the two natural sexual offenses, that is rape and incest, right? Now we come to the unnatural sexual offense. First, what is unnatural sexual offense? Unnatural means against nature. What the nature says, what the nature allows? Sexual intercourse in the normal way, that is through the vagina, right, between the male and female. But sometimes it is not possible to have sexual satisfaction through the normal way. It is not possible between the male and female. Suppose the male is out, he is not staying with the wife, he is not able to meet the wife off and on, staying with wife for a long time. So at that time, to obtain sexual satisfaction, the person adopts the unnatural way. Against nature, the practices are done, and that is called unnatural sexual offense. The first such offense is sodomy. What is it? Sodomy is the anal intercourse between two males. When it occurs between two males, it is called homosexual sodomy. But when it occurs between a male and a female, it is called heterosexual sodomy. Homo means sex. When both males are there, both the persons are of the same sex. Hetero means opposite. When two persons are there, one is male and the other is a female. That is the heterosexual sodomy. It is also called buggery. The other name for sodomy is buggery. Now, why is it called Sodom? It is mentioned in the Bible that sodomy was more practiced in the town Sodom. This anal intercourse was more practiced in the town Sodom. So, behind the name of the Sodom, it is called sodomy. There are two persons who perform the act, who take part in the act. These two persons are the active agent and the passive agent. Active agent is the person who performs the act, and passive agent is the person on whom the act is performed. So these two people take part in the act. The person who performs the act is called the active agent, and the person on whom the act is performed is called the passive agent. If passive agent is a child, it is called pederasty. The act is called pederasty. If passive agent is the adult, the act is called gerontophilia. So these names are given to the sodomy. Pederasty when child is passive agent, gerontophilia when adult is the passive agent. Now sodomy is the punishable offense. About 10 years imprisonment is given to the person who goes for the sodomy. Now if the act is done with the consent of the passive agent, because to get the consent of passive agent is quite difficult. The passive agent will not allow for the act easily, right? So if the act is done with the consent of the passive agent, then both active and passive agents are given the punishment. They both are responsible to get the punishment. But when the act is done without consent of the passive agent, only the active agent is given the punishment. Only the active agent becomes responsible for this act. Now, in whom you will find sodomy? I just told you, where the people, the male, who are not able to go to the family quite often, who are staying away from the family, they will develop or they will establish sodomy. So common among sailors, prisoners, it is also more common in the hostels. Boys સાથે રહેતા હોય, sailors, they all are males. Prisoners, all male prisoners are staying together. So they are away from the family, away from the wife. It is not possible for them to have sexual satisfaction normally because the wife is not there with them. So they go for the unnatural way, they adopt the unnatural way. So they perform sodomy, they go for the sodomy. Sometimes male prostitutes act as passive agent in some areas. The male prostitutes, to attract their customers, they dress up like a female, they behave like a female, they make up like a female, their voice is like a female. So they adopt the female gestures. This is to attract the customers and they act as the passive agent. They become the passive agent off and on. So this happens in some parts of the country. Homosexual sodomy is more common. Sodomy, the anal intercourse between the two males, is more common rather than between a male and a female. Now, examination of the passive agent. For the sodomy, both passive and the active agent are examined, but the passive agent is examined first. General procedure. First, consent of the passive agent should be taken. Personal details are taken like name, age, sex, address, occupation, the place, date and time of the examination, name of the person who is examining the passive agent, that is medical examiner. All these details are taken, right? The details are also asked about the incidents. કેવી રીતે incidents થયો, whether he gave the consent or not, right? Whether lubricants were used or not. All these things are asked. You have to go for the anal examination. Anal examination should be done in the presence of the third person, that is a local examination. It has to be done in the knee-elbow position. The elbow of the passive agent should be on the knee, should touch the knee. In this position, the examination should be done. Now what you find on examination? The anal orifice is dilated, it is irritable, that means it is swollen, maybe redness you get on the surrounding area. It is tender to touch. The anal orifice is tender to touch. You will find bluish around the anal orifice. There is loss of elasticity and tone on digital examination. The anal orifice has lost the elasticity and also has lost the tone. You may find abrasion around the anus and tip of the coccyx. When sudden violence is used, you find triangular bruised area of the posterior part of the anus. At this area, you will find a bruised tear when it is a sudden violence. Hematoma may develop as diffuse swelling. It is seen on the anal margin, or it may be a localized swelling. So swelling may be generalized or localized. Sometimes passive agent may get anal fissure. There may be tear in the anal sphincter. it is more common when the passive agent is a young child. You may sometimes develop anal prolapse. Passive agent also get the blood stains around the anus. The same stains are also seen on the perineum and on the clothes. Fecal matter around the anus. The anal gland is full of the fecus, that is the fecal matter, so it may come out during the act. The passive agent will have difficulty during walking, pain in the walking, pain during defecation, and also pain on anal examination. So the passive agent will not allow for the anal examination easily. If the act has been done without consent of the passive agent, when the passive agent is forced to have such act, then you will find the signs of the struggle. If the passive agent is healthy, passive agent is fully conscious, it is quite difficult to have sodomy, to have anal intercourse without consent of the passive agent. Right? So whenever the act is done without consent of the passive agent will try to oppose the act. So the struggle occurs between the passive agent and the active agent. So we will find the signs of the struggle. You may find presence of semen in the anus. See, the ejaculation for sodomy is not compulsory. Sodomy may occur even without ejaculation. Sodomy ends before the ejaculation occurs. Right? But if semen is found in the anus, this is the proof of the sodomy. It strongly suggests that sodomy has been done. Now the examination of the habitual passive agent. First, who is called habitual passive agent? Habitual means who becomes passive agent off and on. Like I told you about the male prostitutes. To attract their customers, they become passive agent for the sodomy regularly. So they are the habitual passive agent. Sometimes you may find a child becoming a habitual passive agent. So what findings you get on such examination? There is a shaving of the anal hair because the passive agent is becoming the passive agent off and on for sodomy. There is cleaning of the anal area. The anal hair has been removed. They have been shaved. Skin about the anus is smooth and thick. It is because of the frequent act of sodomy. The skin about the anus becomes smooth and thick. Depression of the buttocks towards the anus due to absorption of the fat. Because of the depression, because of the pressure on the anus, you will find the depression of the buttocks, that is towards the anus. Anal sphincter is loose, the anal canal is dilated, and there is loss of rugosity of anal mucosa. There is normal wrinkling of the anal mucosa is lost. It is not seen after the sodomy, or you can say the frequent sodomy. Now the examination of the active agent. You will get the peculiar smell of the anal gland from the penis of the active agent. Abrasion and tear, these injuries are seen in the glans penis, especially when the act is done without lubricants or when the act is done without consent of the passive agent. Presence of anal disease, this may be seen on the examination, and if the struggle has occurred between the active and passive agent before the act, you will find the marks of violence on the body. So this was about the sodomy. It is the unnatural sexual offense, and that is the anal intercourse. Other unnatural sexual offenses are buccal coitus. Buccal means mouth. So it is a sexual intercourse through the mouth. In this kind of act, usually the child is used, and in the child's mouth the penis is introduced or the penis is penetrated. So it is the buccal coitus. Another sexual offense, unnatural sexual offense is tribadism, or also called lesbianism. It is the female homosexuality. The sex or the physical relations between the two females, it is called tribadism. And last one is bestiality, where the sexual intercourse is done with the lower animal. It is either through the vagina or through the anus. So that is all about the unnatural sexual offenses. There are 4 types of unnatural sexual offenses: sodomy, buccal coitus, tribadism or lesbianism, and bestiality. In your exam, in the forensic medicine, you are asked usually sodomy in detail, these other unnatural sexual offenses, buccal coitus, tribadism and bestiality. Usually their meaning may be asked in the viva exam. They are not usually asked in the theory. Okay? That was all for this session. Thank you.